So today I've got a pretty cool one in from Aviate. They've recently partnered with the Royal British Legion for their 100th anniversary and are releasing two limited edition models, one chronograph and the watch I have in, which is an aviation inspired three-hander. Both watches are from Aviate's Flyboy line. To be fully transparent, this watch was gifted to the channel, so big thanks to Aviate for that. But let's switch things up and take a closer look at the watch. Now, I mentioned before, but there's two models, each in two color options. A portion of the proceeds of these watch sales will be going back to the Royal British Legion. The website says 15 British pounds for each chronograph sold and 10 pounds for each three-hander. My grandfather was a World War II vet. He passed away a few years back, but one thing I have of his is his beret from the Royal Canadian Legion. It's a really good cause that supports veterans and their families in need, and one that hits close to home for me. The watches are each limited to 1,000 pieces. The chronograph is being called the Flyboy Founders Edition, and this model, the Flyboy Chairman's Edition, each named after RBL's first chairman, Sir Thomas Frederick Lister, and the first president, Field Marshal Earl Haig. They formed the RBL in 1921, making this the 100th anniversary. So I think it's worth showing you the packaging on this one, something a little different than what you usually get from Aviate. So on the outer sleeve is the Royal British Legion logo with the poppy. We also have Aviate at the top there. And then the inner box. Inside, actually, I didn't show you guys. Inside of here, we have a note from the Royal British Legion. The watch also comes with this poppy lapel pin. We have some paperwork here. Centenary, 1,000 pieces, limited edition, and your instruction and warranty information. The watch itself is quite a nice looking watch. Check out the domed crystal. I will be fighting that crystal every step of the way on this video. They are a little bit trickier to video and take photos of. You can see they really like to reflect the light there, but the watch has a really nice price, and we'll get to that here soon. One thing I haven't seen all that often in a watch, maybe only once in person, is the use of the Mecha Quartz VH31 by Seiko. It's a newer movement that came out in 2018 and is meant to somewhat replicate the sweep of an automatic but have the accuracy of a quartz. The second hand beats 4 times per second. It's more of a stutter than a sweep when you look at it up close, but it does have a bit of that sweep effect versus the regular tick of a quartz. The dial dishes out those vintage vibes and uses a combination of white and faux patina markers that actually works not bad at all. The hour markers are applied, and just inside of them in red is the 24-hour markers. The watch has a syringe style hour and minute hand, and then the red second hand. A couple other details in red here is the poppy at the bottom of the dial, and there's some small text below that reading limited edition, and at the top Mecha Quartz along the inside of the minute track. The lume is okay. It's good but not great. I'm finding it a little splotchy. It just doesn't fade evenly. This is a pre-production model, so possibly that'll be better on the production models, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The bezel is a 120 click coin edge bezel with a steel insert. The action is solid, good clicky action, and zero play to speak of at all. The case is mostly brushed with some polished accents along either edge. Considering the cost, it's pretty well finished. The really cool touch they've done with the watch is the onion crown. It's inlaid with the poppy using a clear epoxy, and I think that looks really cool, something a little different. On the case back, we have etched their limited edition 1921 to 2021 and the poppy again one more time. These, by the way, are also numbered here on the case back as well. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of just under 40 millimeters. I'm getting 39.8, 39.9 millimeters, somewhere in there. Lug to lug is 47.3 millimeters. The lug opening is 20 millimeters and the thickness is 13.8 millimeters, including the double domed crystal. The crystal is mineral, and like I mentioned before, it's heavily domed, so it's kind of exposed to taking a hit. A positive, though, is it does have anti-reflective treatment. You can see that kind of blue hue to the AR treatment there, which does help with legibility. Water resistance on the watch is 50 meters. And here's a look on my 7¼ inch wrist. I meant to talk about it earlier, but the strap isn't bad at all either. It looks good on the watch, and I'm liking the length too. A lot of times I end up on the last hole or two, so good to have a little extra strap to spare. Cost on this one is only 150 USD, which is really good for what you're getting. And these are available starting the 22nd of October. If you're interested in the chronograph, I believe they're going for $285. I do have a discount code. That discount code is time to go, all one word, and that's going to get you an additional 15% off. And if you do use that, the channel also gets a small commission on that purchase, and that's good for any regularly priced watches. If you use it, I really appreciate that. So there you have it. Pretty cool watch, especially at the price they're asking. Thanks for taking a few minutes to stop by today, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.